What if the struggle that you have been experiencing is not a reflection of your worth or your readiness or how hard you have been working? What if it is simply a timeline, an energetic pattern that has been running in your field, looping you through the same experiences, the same ceilings, the same versions of a life that was never really truly yours to keep living? Because that's exactly what it is. It's a timeline. And guess what? A timeline can be collapsed. Because the version of you that strains, that pushes, that white knuckles your way through life while watching others seem to just receive it all with ease, that version is not your identity. Okay, hear me here. This is not your identity. It is a frequency that you have inherited, that you have maybe absorbed or even chosen at some point when you did not yet know that there's another way. And today, with this activation, we're going to collapse the timeline of struggle. Hello, beautiful soul, and welcome to this activation. Now, in this activation, we're going to dissolve the energetic threads that are still tying you to the timeline of struggle, effort, and of not enough. And we're going to collapse them completely. We're not going to process them. We're not going to revisit them or understand them better. No, we're just going to collapse them. So that the version of you that keeps looping through the hardship finally gets to stop. That you don't have to relive the struggle over and over and over again. And instead, the timeline where life just simply flows towards you, where you're flowing with life, gets to begin, where you start to experiencing more ease in your life because you don't have to keep struggling anymore. This is an old programming, an old imprint that you have taken on, that you have lived by for so long because perhaps you have learned it, perhaps you have taken it on from your family or your ancestors, or even through your own experience where you made it your truth. But what if you can let go of that now? Now, if you're not ready to collapse the timelines of struggle, then please join me here by placing both feet on the ground. Get grounded, get present, and get centered. And take a deep breath in. And on your in-breath, just open yourself up. And on your out-breath, drop into your heart, close your eyes, and just surrender yourself to this present moment, to this activation. Set the intention that you're now ready to release all these timelines of struggle. Perhaps even connect with the exhaustion of struggle. If you're thinking back over your life, or even connecting to lifetimes where you struggled throughout your life, whether you struggled intensely or just slightly, but just connecting to the energy of struggle, of how heavy that feels within your body. Perhaps even become aware of where do you feel that in your body, in your field, and perhaps even in your mind, what's coming up. And just simply open yourself up to releasing all that, letting it all go. Now, you may also call upon your soul, your team of guides, your higher self if you so wish, as I do now call upon my team of guides, the highest, best, most loving angelic guides, galactic guides, dragon guides, and light beings that can best support us now. Please step forward and connect with us. Surround us with your beautiful presence, uplift us, and help us feel safe to do this work here, to allow ourselves to feel safe, to let go of the struggle, because the struggle is maybe something that we have taken on or have continued to live by because it felt safe, even though it wasn't comfortable. Perhaps it protected us in some way. Help us feel safe to release that. And we ask for assistance and help us, please, dissolving every timeline of struggle that is still energetically active in our field. The loops of financial strain, of effort without reward, of pushing against life rather than flowing with it. Seeing them so clearly that we can collapse their structure completely and permanently. Please also sever every energetic cord that is binding us to these timelines, the emotional investment, the identity that we have built around surviving them, the subconscious loyalty to difficulty that has kept us choosing the hard path even when an easier one was available. And please heal the part of us that came to believe that struggle was just proof of worthiness, that suffering meant that we are serious, that if things came too easily, something must be wrong. Dissolving that program from our cellular memory so effort and pain are no longer the price that we believe we must pay to deserve what we desire. Also collapse the ancestral timelines of struggle that is running through our lineage, the patterns of hardship, sacrifice, and never enough that were handed down through our bloodline and have been quietly running in our system as if they were our own truth, ending them here so they ripple forward no more. And also release our nervous system addiction to struggle, the deeply wired state of tension and striving that has become so familiar that our body does not know how to trust ease when it arrives. Recalibrating our system to recognize flow, simplicity, and effortless receiving as safe, and finally anchor us firmly into the timeline where life moves with us rather than against us, where abundance arrives through alignment rather than effort, where our natural state is one of ease, trust, and the quiet certainty that we are someone for whom things just simply work out. And so this te kurk alek euk arranratere elukrastere eturastere elakatakata alekitu nere nurakata elukrastere eturastere nurakata alekitu urastere nere naratere elakata alekitu urastere elar katakata arakitu urakata nere narakata elakata alekitu urastere nukrakata elakata arakitu urastere nere narakata elakata arakitu urakata enakata urakata. We now ignite every timeline, every lifetime, any ancestral ties that are connected to you, igniting them to light up, to make themselves known, as we now are assisting you in dissolving all these connections, collapsing the timelines between you and these difficult lifetimes where struggle was part of your identity, where you believed it was part of your identity, that it was a lived experience. We're collapsing all that, dissolving all these ties, all these connections, all these attachments to you, doing so across all time, space, reality, lifetimes, and dimensions throughout the quantum field. Ek uste lurana, nek uste rana le elursta. Nek kursta kata alera kata elukrasta ka elukrasta eturasta elakata arekatu urasta ek unna lere nurakata alekatu urasta elakata alekatu urasta kete elakata nere enna rakata arekatu urasta kete nukrasta kete na anarakata alekatu rakata alekatu urasta kete elakata kata ur kata enakata nek enust at eustere elakata alekatu urasta nere enna rakata elukrasta. Now we turn to your body, your energetic field, your mind, your heart, your feelings, dissolving all imprints within, any imprints around struggle, of hardship, of not enough, of having to sacrifice your freedom to have what you desire, to sacrifice something. Kustere et uk arkat e kuster ut al ek urkat ne enurkat e sturu ur anre eturastar elakata. Even any vows of struggle, vows that you have made consciously or unconsciously in this lifetime or past lifetimes, we now dissolve them as well, marking them complete. Ek ustek enurk at ek uster urk ek uster at ne elak alek ek uster at e uster elukrastre elakt alek turastre nere enara atara alek turastre kete enakrakata alek turastre elakt alek urkat alek turkat urkat nek enurkat alek enakata alek urkat anek enukata anek enukata. Igniting the sense of ending within you. This ends with you now. Today, in the here and now, it ends with you. The struggle ends. And if any parts of you do not feel ready to let the struggle end, we invite them to soften. We invite them to find a new way to look at this. to support you in a more aligned way, rather than keep you in struggle, to support you in finding ease. Ik una la kanak at esturk at estu ne elacht ark at esturst et anrekte elukrakte anetus era et urka nek ena leretu stera at euk urk at ne enurk at esturste enacht al et u ne ena lerenurk at eustana at eusta. We now infuse codexes of ease, of openness, of softness within you. Even trust that you can surrender yourself to your life, to your desires, to what deep down you know you're meant to be doing, stepping into, and even allowed to unfold. Ik hunach stek usterach ne elurk unnacht acht eusta nek eluk ust et urst ek ust e ust e uk a ne et urk at e nuk ust et urst et un at e. We also now call forth your guardians, your guides, your spirit animals, those guides that have chosen to support you in this lifetime, perhaps even through many lifetimes. We invite them to step forward, and we now give them the job, the direction, the blueprint, so to speak, to support you in the most aligned, supportive way, so that you feel guarded, supported, comforted, as you release the struggle and enter into a phase of ease, of flow, of expansion without the struggle. Giving them the codexes for that right now, the blueprint. Nek enuk ust erik euk urk at enust erik eluk urk at en urk a nek enurk at enuk ust euk urk at enuk urk at est urst a nek enuk at euk ust urst a. You may become aware of your guardians right now, the guides around you, as they have stepped forward. They have received this new job, so to speak, to assist you in moving forward in your life. You may connect with them. You may ask them questions. And if you're not quite sure who your guardians and your guides are, that is perfectly fine. Just know that they have stepped forward. They have taken on the job now to help you embody ease, flow, and to release the struggle. Just know they're here to support you, to guide you. Ok urk at e sturst et urk at e luk ust at euk ark nek et uk at eustere et urst et arkat a. You may feel a sense of ease washing over you, a sense of calmness, as if you are finally at peace, at ease, allowed to just lean backwards and you're being held. That there's a force behind you, supporting you, guiding you, and you can trust in that. Perhaps you feel a sense of trust that you haven't felt in a long time. Trust that hardship, struggle is not the only way to go through life, and it is no longer your way of how you go through life. Ster et urst el euster et urk at a nek eluk ane sturst a ek usturuna ek uster at e. Anchor this in now. Anchor this into your being. Let it settle within your being. Let us integrate deeply into your being that the timelines of struggle have now been collapsed. and that a new way is open for you. Ik ustere et ur at eust urk a nek elurk at e nusterek urk at e nek elurk anna sturst enuk ust eranna at e nek elurk at esturst urst at a. And so it is, and it is done. Blessed be. Now you may take a deep breath in, breathe in light and love, and let it settle. And let it settle for a moment. Perhaps feel into the field around you. Perhaps become aware of those guardians, those guides behind you, around you, supporting you. And whenever you're ready, you can open up your eyes again and come back into the here and now. And welcome back. I really hope that you were able to release that sense of struggle. If you feel like that you weren't quite ready to release it, then perhaps tune into it. What made you hold on to it? Because the sense of struggle may still serve you in a way. Maybe you don't quite trust life yet. Maybe you don't quite trust yourself yet. Or there's something maybe deeper there that perhaps requires your attention or your acknowledgement. And I want to invite you, sit with that. If you did feel like there's still some struggle energy there, and then feel free to re-listen to this activation again. Now, this is now also something that you didn't want to practice, on a day-to-day basis, to trust more, to be more at ease. Whenever you're noticing that you feel like you're struggling again, instead of trying to push through and just make it through, that you pause, that you take a step back, like, okay, struggle is no longer part of my identity. It's no longer who I am. I collapse that timeline. Okay, so how can I go about this in a more relaxed, easier, aligned way? And then you really listen to, okay, what is it? How can you go about this? And then you do that. So it's about becoming aware whenever you're trying to make it happen and you're struggling again, because when you're struggling, you're going against the flow. There's maybe resistance there, or you're really just buying into the I have to struggle to move forward or whatnot. And then there's the invitation to pause, to tune in, to become aware, and to course correct. And for this, I want to invite you actually join us inside my community, Sacred Path of Light on School, where this is really the work that we're doing. We're doing this deep embodiment work where each and every day you get to practice to be the version of you who doesn't struggle, who lives at ease, who creates your reality consciously, based on what you desire. Now, inside my community, there's also the Living from the End 5-day challenge that you have access to, that sets the foundation for this work, and also the 21-day embodiment sprint, where over 21 days you actually practice this work. And that's basically what I'm talking about here, is you want to practice being more at ease and not struggle, not buying into the essence of struggle again. So if that is of interest to you, if you really want to end the struggle, of course, you can always re-listen to this activation again, but you then also want to do something in the physical, in your reality, to make that shift. And inside my community, that's basically the work that we're doing. So the link for that is in the description below. You can check it out. I really think you're going to enjoy being part of the community, to receive not just the teachings, the activations, but also the support in really making this your new normal. So link is in the description below. I would love to welcome you inside the community. So thank you so much for being here, for having opened yourself up to releasing the essence of struggle. This is really going to change some things for you in your life if you'll allow it. Now, also be sure to check out these additional activations. It's a quantum timeline activation and a step into your wealthiest timeline activation. Two powerful activations I think you're going to enjoy. Until next time, have a wonderful day and namaste.